Remember, there's some pretty important information here in the disclaimer. You might want to give the video a quick pause and read it.
Oh, hey everybody, it's me, Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog! Just here to remind you that if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. And for even more amazing customs, don't forget to subscribe to Wake Angel 2001, because between you and me, they're way past cool.
Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with another figure for Socialmediamenace. This is his Zeddy OC, Zahir. Now, there is an interesting backstory behind this, in that Zahir wasn't the original figure that Socialmediamenace wanted me to make. He wanted me to make a Jazzwares scaled classic Knuckles figure, since, you know, Jazzwares made almost all the classic Sonic characters except for Knuckles. So he sent over a Jack-specific 2.5-inch Knuckles and this statue. Let's see, who made the statue? Hold on, I had the box right here. It is a Totaku collection. Yes, the Totaku collection classic Knuckles statue. So I was supposed to use the head, feet, and hands of the statue, attach them to the body of this 2.5-inch Knuckles, and that would theoretically create a classic Knuckles figure that scales with the Jazzwares line. Then there were some complications. One, Jack Specific made a classic Knuckles figure, which, if you see my review of that figure, actually does match the Jazzwares one pretty much fine. Secondly, the statue turns out to have, these conjoint, like, the feet are attached to each other at the ankle, like the heels are clicking like Dorothy's slippers. So, you know, separating them would mean, you know, there would be a thing there, like a little deformity. Not to mention that the statue is a great deal more brittle than I thought it was, well, than anybody thought it was. I actually, when I had this thing on the thing and I was emailing back and forth with him, the arm snapped off from, I don't know, like something snapped it off while it was on my chair. So yeah, so statue was more fragile than we thought. The feet wouldn't actually work out. The official figure actually turned out to be the same thing. And I did tell him at first, like, you know, like the Jack Specific classic Knuckles fits the Jazzwares pretty well. And he said, yeah, but I would still, there's a subtle difference. I'd like to see if we could change it. And then, oh, one more thing. The statue and the Jack Specific Knuckles are exactly the same size. So yeah, they're physically identical in size, so there would be no real scale difference between it and the Jazzwares figure. So ultimately this became a pointless project. So I told him, look, you've been waiting for like 2 years for your custom. I don't want to let you go home empty-handed. Is there anything else you'd like me to make for you? And that's when he brought up Zahir. So here we go. Zahir's base figure was a Knuckles body, that leftover body. Remember, I still had one of these. I used one to make my my Mecha Sonic figure, but this is the other one that I had. And I happened to have the feet from another custom that I upscaled, and they were almost perfect for the Zeddy feet, modified to fit onto legs, of course. And the hands are hand sculpted because hands are hard to make. They're hard to intuit in 3D modeling software, but I can sculpt them decently well enough. The head is kind of a hybrid thing. I made a basic model of the head in Tinkercad and added some of the finer details with Sculpt. And I remember I showed this to Zahir at first. Like I showed him the naked print and some slight mods I had done to it, and he made this little thing himself, showing how he would like it to be, you know, worked on. So I was able to slightly alter the face sculpt. I was able to move the mouth a little bit, change the shape of the eyes somewhat, and ultimately I came up with this. I know it doesn't look like much when you're just seeing the naked sculpt, but once painted, you can kind of see what we're going for there, right? Yeah, he has his little eyebrows. He has these the shape to his eyes is in there. His mouth is picked out. You can see all the details is what I'm trying to get at. The tail was also completely hand sculpted. Just want to throw that out there because this Knuckles figure didn't have a tail since I had removed it as part of the project. So the process of painting continues. Like the feet were painted. It's interesting how the figure is like it reads off as, oh, this is a blue Zeddy, but there's actually quite a lot more black in there. And the body's painted. Like, I like the way the body looks. I don't know why, but this kind of makes me think of something Super Sentai-ish. I think specifically it makes me think of the Pride Troopers from Dragon Ball Super. Anybody remember those? Yeah, it kind of has that kind of aesthetic going for it. And, like the tail's attached in there. So yeah, like this, like once all the parts were combined, everything came together, and that is Zahir. Now, he specifically said Zahir was supposed to be closer to 5 inches tall, which I interpreted as, okay, this guy is mostly Jack scale, but a little bit bigger. That's actually why I used the Knuckles figure as the base body, because when I used it to make the Mecha Sonic figure, it came out 5 inches instead of 4 inches. So as you can see him standing next to the Supersonic figure here, he's not completely 5 inches tall, but he is tall enough that his eye line is higher than Sonic's eye line, which I think captures the spirit of the figure. It also makes me wonder just what vice does Zahir indulge in? Because, like, if you think about the Deadly Six, like, Xena's very vain, Zaz is violent, Zalmom's a glutton, Zor is a nihilist, Zik is manipulative, and Zavik, well, I guess Zavik is the most complex of them, but, he is kind of controlling, I'll say. So what is this guy saying? Like, just from the facial expression that I ended up giving him, I kind of feel like he's the kind that's kind of just mindlessly happy all the time. Like, he'd always be jovial and giggly. I'm kind of thinking of like almost a Joker-ish kind of character. Although I guess Zaz was kind of like the Joker since he's always laughing maniacally as he indulges in violence. But I think like Adam West's Joker, like the sillier Silver Age version of the Joker. If Zaz is like Batman the Animated Series Joker, then this is Adam West Joker. Although I'm probably giving either of those Jokers too much or too little credit. Any of the Zeddy, I'm saying. But you know what? I'm done. So thank you all for watching the video, and we're hoping to get to the next figure soon. Another OC is on the way. So this is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.